Hey, how's it going, guys? Bringing you a brand new video. This one is where to invest your first 100, or if you were to make monthly contributions, what you should do with them, where you to invest them to see the biggest gains and growth over the course of either, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Some long-term stuff, so no instant gratification, unfortunately. I'm kind of looking at this in the scope of what I wish I could have told myself when I was younger. Granted, I'm only 27, so what could I have told myself at 16, 17, 18 that would have helped myself a lot now? So those of you who are younger, this is definitely for you. But the neat thing about this is anyone can start at any age. Obviously, the compounding interest, things of that nature, will be better when you're younger. I tell my little brother and sister this all the time, and they don't really listen. And I get it. As a kid, you're not gonna really want to be like, oh, let's invest my money. You want that instant gratification, and it's much understandable. But let's go back to say you're 16, 17, 18, you just got your first job. Where should you put an extra $100 a month? And that's what I got right here. I got two great market indicators, the SPY and the VOO, VOO and SPY. I'll kind of go over each one and kind of their history and what you're going to get from each one individually and kind of together. So investing, you can go all in on one thing, and which I would recommend with an ETF of these sorts, not individual stocks really, but these ETFs kind of diversify for you, makes it a really hands-free and easy approach. The SPY itself is a great market indicator. This is one I use all the time. And if we go past 6 months, we are down. Obviously, we've had a pretty interesting couple of weeks here. We'll go 5 years, right? So 5 years, we're trading around high 200s. We'll call round up, call it 300. And recently, the past couple months here, that doubled in 5 years. So I'm not saying every 5 years your investments will double, but the SPY is a wonderful tool to invest in. Here's all time. You can see the '08 crisis, pandemic, and then recently you're having a little dip. Obviously, stocks can't go up forever. But if you were to take $100 and invest in this, then each month stay consistent while you're, I don't know, say you start at 16. So I'll look at something that says from 16 to 26, 26 to 36, then to 46, and we'll kind of see where we're at. $100 itself isn't a lot, but you got to think long term and what you're kind of helping yourself in the future versus, going out to eat 3 or 4 times a month or buying the newest and bestest whatever, X, Y, and Z, fill in the blank. And the same thing with VOO. It's same different what's the best way to put this? Different kind of mix of stocks or just portfolio difference. As you can see with Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, we'll find the same things here, just kind of in a different order. Percent of assets are going to be a little bit different between the two, but same thing. If we go up here and then we go all time, we just see growth. If we would have invested back here, so when I was 16, that would have been in 20, 11 years ago. 2020 or yeah, 2014 when I was 16. So if I would have started investing at my first job at McDonald's and put a little bit aside, um, I could have potentially tens of thousands of dollars now just in either this ETF or another ETF. The stock market's not going to go to zero. If it did, we'd have a much bigger problem. So it's safe to say if you were investing now, and thinking long term, we'd get pretty far. Now, my favorite part of the video is the investment calculator. And this is just the starting amount 100. So say you're starting with 100 and then you're contributing 100 every month. So I had this at the beginning of the month, 20 years, return rate 8%, which is kind of the average here. It's been the average for quite some time now. Um, we compound annually. Yeah, I guess I can keep that annual. This is 20 years. So I guess from age 16 to say 36, um, this end balance is almost $60,000, which is great, which is really good. I think too, as you get older and you're making more, or you're in a different part of your life, you can probably contribute more. Or if you want to look at it a different way too, say your first couple of jobs, like for me, I worked at McDonald's, JCPenney, part-time stuff when I was in high school. They didn't offer 401ks, obviously, to a part-time teenager. So as you get older and you get that, career job, looking into those things on top of this would only benefit you more. So if we take this 20 years and we say let's up it to 30, and things just start to skyrocket. So off of $36,000 total contributions, you're getting 106,000. So you're basically getting $3 for every dollar you put in over the course of 30 years. Again, there is no instant gratification. It does take a while, but if you started at 16 and then you're 46, I'm hoping, as we advance in science and technology, that you're about halfway done with your life. You lived about half your life at 46. Um, and that should just get longer and longer, as the years go on, hopefully. You're sitting on 142,000. But if this is without even upping anything, it's just $100 for the course of, every month for 30 years, which, being consistent is a hard thing to do. But I think if you can see the bigger picture and help yourself in the long run, it's definitely worth it. And if we up this to 40 years, which is probably the highest I'd say to go for it, it gets pretty wild. So we're at 48,000 total contributions, and that's just over almost 280,000. So for every dollar you're putting in, you're giving yourself $5 down the line. So again, if you're 16, 40 years, you'll be at 56, right around that retirement age. And this is not, like I said, not counting any savings you accumulated over your life, any savings that you put in your 401k, or just anything else of that nature. This is just a fat. You can probably go buy a condo somewhere, go buy a vacation house, all because at the age of 16 you wanted to be, you wanted to help yourself in the long run. You wanted to kind of pay it forward to yourself. Something I kind of brushed on earlier, though, was kind of splitting up your investments. And since these two, the SPY and the VOO, kind of follow each other a little bit too closely, you're going to kind of see the same trends over the course of however many years. So if I did all time here, you'll see the kind of same rises and falls. We go here, same thing, same ups and downs. Um, but a cool thing too is most brokers, or some brokers, I know Robinhood does it. They're one of the bigger ones and most user friendly. Um, you can buy fractional shares. So at that 100, like I said earlier, 50/50, you could do something where you buy like 25 in Apple, 25 in Verizon, 25 in Google, and 25 in, I don't know, Starbucks. Just kind of diversify it yourself. That's why these ETFs are pretty nice because they diversify for you. But when the whole market goes down, obviously you'll kind of see the, I don't want to say benefits, but the whiplash or the fallback on that here. So just something to think about. Again, something I wish I could have told myself when I was a lot younger. Something I tell my younger siblings all the time, like, "Hey, you should invest that birthday money you just got." Even though they're like, "Yeah, okay, Ryan, whatever you say, that's just ridiculous." But yeah, I hope you guys found this educational. If you did, if you're still here, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I appreciate it. Bye.